Hi friends, welcome back to next session of alcohol, phenols and ethers. In this session, we discuss about preparation of ethers. First method, that is dehydration of alcohols. In this method, ethyl alcohol is heated with concentrated sulfuric acid, or instead of we can use the phosphoric acid also, H3PO4. Then it gives diethyl ether and water. Then this ethyl alcohol, it is heated with concentrated sulfuric acid at 443 Kelvin temperature. Then this ethyl alcohol, it gives ethene and water. See the basic difference in these two reactions. Okay, this ethyl alcohol at 413 Kelvin temperature, then it gives the diethyl ether. But at 443 Kelvin temperature, it gives the ethene. That means that is the basic difference of temperature. Okay, this 413 Kelvin temperature, it gives the diethyl ether, and 443 Kelvin, 43 Kelvin temperature, it gives the ethene. That means it is the elimination reaction. The second reaction, it is the elimination reaction, and this is the dehydration reaction. Okay, in this dehydration of alcohol, it gives only symmetrical or simple ether. See, here this is the example of diethyl ether. It is the symmetrical ether, but it does not use the mixed ether or unsymmetrical ether. That means ethyl methyl ether. This reaction, it does not use the unsymmetrical or mixed ether. It gives only symmetrical or simple ether. Then second method of preparation of ethers, that is Williamson synthesis. In this method, when alkyl halide is treated with sodium alkoxide, then it gives ROR, that is ether, and NaX, sodium halide. Then example of this method, first example, C2H5Br, ethyl bromide is treated with C2H5ONA, and the name of this compound, it is sodium ethoxide. It gives, see here, C2H5O, C2H5. That is diethyl ether and NaBr, sodium bromide. Then next example, CS3I, that is methyl iodide, is treated with sodium ethoxide. Then it gives C2H5OCS3, and the name of this compound, it is ethyl methyl ether. Ethyl methyl ether, and NaI, sodium iodide. Then next example, it is related with aromatic compound CS3I, that is methyl iodide, is treated with sodium phenoxide. Then it gives, see here, from this sodium it is replaced by methyl group, and it gives OCH3, that is phenyl methyl ether, or it is also called as anisole. Phenyl, that is, it is also called as methyl phenyl ether, and remaining portion is NaI, that is sodium iodide. Then next example, methyl bromide is treated with sodium tertiary butoxide. Then it gives tertiary butyl methyl ether and sodium bromide. These four examples are primary alkyl halide. In this primary alkyl halide, we use secondary and tertiary alkyl halide. Then it gives alkene. But primary alkyl halide, it gives ether, and secondary and tertiary alkyl halide, it gives alkene. See here the example. This is the example of tertiary alkyl halide, that is tertiary butyl chloride. This tertiary butyl chloride, it reacts with sodium ethoxide. Then it gives isobutylene and ethyl alcohol. This is the ethyl alcohol and sodium chloride. See here, what will happen from this tertiary butyl chloride? This tertiary butyl group, it eliminates one hydrogen atom and it gives the isobutylene. Okay, and then this C2H5O and one hydrogen atom, that is C2H5OH, and remaining portion is NaCl. Okay, then next example, this is the secondary alkyl halide. Example of secondary alkyl halide, that is isopropyl chloride. This isopropyl chloride reacts with sodium ethoxide. Then it gives propene and ethyl alcohol. See here, from this isopropyl group, one hydrogen atom is replaced or released from this, and it gives CH3 CH double bond CH2, and this one chlorine atom also released, okay, and it gives propene. Then this C2H5O and 1H, it gives the ethyl alcohol, and the remaining portion NaCl, sodium chloride. Then we discuss about physical properties of ether. See, the first physical properties, that is physical state. In this physical state of diethyl ether and methyl ether, that is the gases, okay, this methyl ether and diethyl ether, they are found in gases, and other ethers are in liquid form, okay, and it have a pleasant odor, okay. These lower ethers are highly volatile and highly inflammable, okay. These lower ethers are highly volatile and highly inflammable. Then second physical property, that is the boiling points. Boiling points of ether show gradual increase in molecular masses. See here the examples. This is the first example, that is diethyl ether, then ethyl methyl ether, and diethyl ether, okay. The molecular mass of this dimethyl ether, it is smaller, then ethyl methyl ether, it is greater than this dimethyl ether, and this diethyl ether, it is greater than this ethyl methyl ether, okay. That means this molecular mass, it is increases from dimethyl ether to ethyl methyl ether. In such conditions, boiling points also increases. See here, 248, 284, and then 308. That means molecular mass is increases of ether, then the boiling point of ethers also increases. Then next physical properties, that is solubility. Ethers are soluble in water. See here, this ether forms hydrogen bonding with water through this ethereal oxygen atom. Okay, this dotted line, it is the hydrogen bonding. Okay, then see here the difference between the intermolecular hydrogen bonding of ethers, alcohols, okay, and alkanes. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding in alcohol and water, it is stronger, okay? But in case of ethers and alkanes, it is not present, okay. That means the hydrogen bonding, intermolecular hydrogen bonding in ether, it is stronger than the ether and alkanes. See here the example for solubility or miscibility of diethyl ether and N-butyl alcohol, okay. This diethyl ether and N-butyl alcohol, it is miscible in 100 grams of water. It is diethyl ether, it is 7.5 gram miscible in 100 gram of water, and N-butyl alcohol, it is 9 gram miscible per 100 gram of water, okay. That means N-butyl alcohol, the miscibility of N-butyl alcohol, it is greater than the diethyl ether. In this way, physical properties of ether is completed.